Hello everyone and welcome to Your Review Buddy. In today's video I will review a tech product that you can use only in your car. I believe that this product is very useful in traffic now that there is a big increase in the car crashes. What product I'm talking about? A dash cam. And the good guys from FitCamX were kind enough to send me this product to test and review. And now I want to highlight that this product was sent to me by them and I was not compensated in any way, and everything that you hear is my unbiased opinion. We will have a look at what's inside the box, how to fit this dash cam, and how it performs in daily traffic. One thing that impressed me even from the presentation video was that this camera is dedicated per car model, meaning that what I have here can only be fitted on this vehicle, the BMW 5 Series, but also on the 7 Series because they have the same fitment. But what FitCamX offer is dedicated dash cam per car model. So if you go on their website, and I have the link in the description below, you can select the make, the model, the generation, or the year of your vehicle, and you can see the options that they offer for your vehicle. There are two versions. The first version is only the front dash cam, which can be fitted here in front of the rear view mirror. The second version is the front and the rear. What I have here is front and rear, and I will install it. I will show you how to install it and also how it performs in real life. The box looks and feels premium. On the side it has a couple of information about the dashcam. Inside there are two other boxes, one with accessories and another one with a dashcam, and under these two boxes there is the user manual. In the smaller box there are all the accessories needed to fit both of the dashcams. We can find the Y cable to let you connect the dashcam into the mirror, one SD card reader which has both Type-C and Type-A connectors, a plastic pry tool which will come in handy when hiding the wires, the rear cam cable. Inside the big box we can find the front 4K dashcam, and we'll take a look at it in a minute, a phone mount, a suction cup mount, adhesive cable clips, and the 1080p rear camera which is rotatable. The dashcam has the 4K camera at the front, it has 160 degrees field of view and 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi. Inside it has two wires, one to connect it to the cable that goes into the mirror and another one to connect to the cable that goes to the rear camera. On the right side it has the microSD card up to 256 GB. On the left side it has the power button, the picture button and the LEDs. The dashcam comes with the microphone, so it will record the sound as well. There is an app that you have to download and install on your smartphone. It is compatible with both Apple OS and Android systems. Just scan the QR code on the user manual and it will take you to the installation screen. On every user manual there is another QR code which is used to see the installation video for that specific car. Just scan the code and it will take you to the YouTube video. Now is the time to install this dashcam. The first thing that I need to do is take this cover here, and then the second cover which sits in front of the rear view mirror. So let's get started. Now that the dashcam is installed, the front dashcam is installed, I want to link the rear one and make sure that they both work before doing all the cable management. So now what I will do is turn on the ignition and power up the dashcam. Add camera. So I need to start the car. So let's start the car. Back again after a short break, because there is a password that I need to type in when I want to connect to the Wi-Fi, and the password is in the user menu, so I strongly encourage you to go through it. As you can see from the recording video on the screen, the dash cams, both of them, they work. The one in front has a film on it, a blue tinted film, and which I need to remove. And the second one also has one, but is transparent, so also I have to remove it. But now I'm sure that they both work, so what I'll do, I'll just hardwire it and do all the cable management and fit the rear camera at the back. One of the first things that you need to do when you turn on the dash cam, after you check that works, you need to format the SD card, and I'll show you how. So it's that simple. After 40 minutes I managed to hardwire the front dash cam and to put all the covers back. I'm happy that now it looks the same as before the fitment. Now what's left to do is to pull this cable from the source all the way there to the back where I will fit the rear camera. Let's talk a bit about the app and more specifically the camera settings. There is the option to record the sound, which might come in handy, so I have to turn it on. Then there is the video resolution, 4K or 2K. For a better video quality I will go with 4K, but 2K is also good if the memory is not much. Next is the loop record option, so when the memory card is full, it will overwrite from the earliest video, and you can also set the duration of the videos to 1 minute or 3 minutes. Then there is the exposure compensation, which helps to correct the exposure. Next one is time steps, which means that you will have the date and time on the video. Next one is driving collision sensing, which can be set from most sensitive to least sensitive or off, depending on how big the impact was. Parking monitor collision detection, which is the same as the one mentioned before, but the difference is that the car is parked. And the rest are for Wi-Fi, SD card format and factory reset, which is self-explanatory. In the camera files there are the videos recorded on the SD card. Loops means videos, snapshot means pictures, locked, this would be the video saved during a collision, and parking, these are also during a collision but when the car is parked. I took a short break, a coffee break, and what's left to do is to fit this rear camera over here. It comes with glue. I won't put it like this directly on the boot. What I will do first, I will put the static vinyl on, and on top of it I will put the camera. Why? Because it is easier to remove the camera with the static vinyl instead of trying to peel it off the boot. It happened to me in the past with an older camera, an older dash cam, where I fit it directly on the windscreen, and I think I spent a lot of time trying to be very careful not to break the windscreen. So since then I started to use the static vernal, and it works very well when I try to remove it. I finished to install the dash cam, the front and the rear camera. For the rear camera I went with this option with the wire up here. I think it looks okay, not the best, but okay. Also the wire is hidden over here and it doesn't interfere with anything. So what's left to do is to test the dash cam in the rear world. So let's go for a ride. If you want to check the videos on your computer, best practice is to go to Camera Files, click on Select, and select the videos that you want to download. You can select only one or multiple videos. Then click on Download, but make sure that you do not disconnect the dash cam. It will take a while to download, especially if the quality is 4K. Then when you go to Album, you can see the downloaded videos there, and you can share or save on your smartphone. Now let's check the video quality. I will switch from front camera to rear. Let me know in the comment section below what do you think of this webcam. Would you use a dedicated dash cam for your vehicle or a standard dash cam? How is the video quality on this dash cam? Also in the description you can find the link to FitCamX where you can select the dedicated dash cam for your car. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.